Okay, so in this lesson, we're going to learn about the value of using the crop tool. You may have heard about the crop tool when people talk about cropping their images for Facebook or WhatsApp or whatever the case may be. But what does it actually mean? Cropping usually means adjusting the composition of the photo by manipulating the edges so you can include or exclude certain pixels or images from within the photo. Let's see how this works in practice. First, select the crop tool, which looks like part of a DNA strand. This is it, just here. So I've now got the crop tool selected. Next, make sure this option which says delete cropped pixels is unselected. I repeat, unselected. This way you can make non-destructive changes to the photo. It basically means when you crop certain things out, they don't actually get deleted. We just sort of manipulate which parts of the photo is visible. One of the first things you would notice once you've selected a crop tool in Adobe Photoshop is this white boundary around the image. Can you see this white border? And we've also got these white corner brackets as guides to help us adjust the photo. So if you hover over any one of these brackets, like I'm going to use this one to the top left, we can drag it in towards the center of the photo. And watch me now. What I'm going to do is I'm cropping out the mountains in this photo. So I'm going to bring it right down. And notice all the mountains are now outside of the cropped area of the photo. If I click enter on my keyboard or click this little tick icon to the top of the menu, I would have committed my changes and see we have cropped the photo. Now the photo just contains the area that was within the cropped region. And this is one of the main features of cropping photos. Now another thing we can do with cropping is sort of change the orientation of the photo. So notice if I move the cursor again to this corner left bracket and just take it slightly outside, it changes into a curve, which means now I can sort of tilt the photo at a different angle. Notice I'm tilting it I'm tilting the canoe towards the shore. Yeah? I'm going to tilt it a bit more. And then once again, I'm going to click the tick box at the menu to commit those changes. And now you can see we've got the canoe tilted and we've basically changed the orientation of the photo. If I wanted to recenter the image, I can once again click on the image with the crop tool still activated. Again, move to that corner bracket and then tilt now this time towards the left to straighten the photo. Yep, that seems about right. Once again, click enter or the tick box or tick icon to the top of the menu to commit your changes. Yeah. Now, one more thing we can do with the cropping tool is we can actually change the position of the subject. So notice we've got the canoe slightly, only just slightly more towards the left of this crop photo. If I were simply to click on the canoe, within the image, I can drag the canoe slightly towards the right or left, thereby changing their position within the cropped area. Can you see? So now I've got the canoe front and center of the image. I like that. I click the tick box again. And that's perfect. Yep, we're happy with that. Now another feature Adobe Photoshop offers with regards to cropping is some cropping presets. So notice here if you go to the top where it says WHR as in width, height and resolution, we can select some different prefigured cropping options like 1:1 square. Let's see what that looks like. Yep, and notice it's created a predefined or a preset for a cropping area. Let's try another, say a 5.7, and notice it changes. Yeah, so those are some of the settings you can mess around with regards to cropping. Of course, you can also enter your own presets. So notice if I were to select width, height, and resolution, you can change your own, you can add your own width here in pixels, your own height, and your own resolution. All right. I'm going to extend this because the top of my canoe has been cropped out. Yep, I'm okay with that. Once again, enter or the tick icon to the top. And there we have it. Once you're happy with your photo, make sure your Canva layer is actually selected, and then go to layer and simply export as PNG, save the file. Now I've got the file here saved to my desktop. Once we open it, we should see the file. Yep, there we go, all cropped with the changes that we made. Hope you found this one useful, and I'll see you again in the next video of this series.